Good day, good day. This is the governor, and we're going to be discussing the chapter of why thinking with the big head. Um, Life is complex, it's made up of multiple levels, and if you notice that through life, you have to move in a direction. You have to move, we're going to just say, forward. And in forward, you can either move forward straight, you can move forward down, you can move forward up, but you have to make this progress through life. You're forced to do it. You're forced to grow older, you're forced to mature, you're forced to just through natural actions of your day-to-day basis, you're you're forced to grow in responsibility. And so with this growth and with this force, you recognize that you have some sort of choice on how you want to grow. Do you want to grow with pain or with pleasure? Do you want to grow the hard way or do you want to grow the easy way? Do you want to grow towards your goals or away from your goals? In the process of figuring this out, we're going to tackle these questions and we're going to look at the situation. We're going to look at it with thinking, why thinking with the big head. We're going to look at life from the path of the wise, the path of pleasure, the path of using knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to make decisions to govern ourselves so that this process of moving forward is going up and to the top and moving in a process that is smooth. I don't want to necessarily say easy because depending upon your goals and life is going to be hard regardless because that's what you're here for. But it's going to be hard in the sense of you're going to be reaching these goals and platforms that you want in life instead of having to deal with the hardness of life because of consequences that you made from your actions. So, an example is I could either work hard to be like Kobe Bryant and be the best, or I could work hard to come from being a criminal and just making bad decisions to be able to just sustain myself. Either way, I'm gonna have to work hard because if I don't make good decisions, I'm gonna end up somewhere at the bottom. And then I'm not going to want to stay at the bottom through this natural force of movement, of development. At some point in time, I'm going to want to strive to be better. And my decisions govern where I start from as far as going up and playing the game of life. Thinking with the big head breaks down this process and looks at this process and allows us to see the process of life as a game. And this game is going to be viewed like a sports game or a video game or the military lifestyle and the process of the war games. Why these three things? And these it's because these three things are uh, things that men can easily relate to. All men know something about sports. If they don't know something about sports, they know something about video games. If they don't know anything about video games, they at least know something about the military, whether through family or whether through actually being in the military or Boy Scouts or what have you. They understand that process, ROTC and what have you. So, with that being said, we're gonna look at this game of life, and we're gonna break it down on levels, and we're gonna look at how we can play this game to win, and how we can use ourselves and govern ourselves accordingly, uh, so that we can win and play with our teammates. Who are our teammates? Of course, our male friends, our brothers, and what have you. But most importantly, the women in our lives. Why is this important? Because the women in our lives, the women that you choose to be around with and associate with, will play a great deal in the development of who you are. And if you do not make great decisions, I mean great decisions, I mean good decisions, I mean the best decisions that you can possibly make as far as the women that you deal with in your life and how you deal with them, if you don't make good decisions, you will feel the consequences in the real world, and they will have great effects. Some of them can be extremely, 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 I'm gonna just say bad. You'll feel them from time on in. One of the things that you will start to learn is, and we'll preach this, sex is not free. And just because you feel the physical gratification of sex and the physical gratification is complete, that does not mean the act of sex is not still going on. And I'll give you a prime example. When gentlemen have child support, and I say, how, and they tell me, man, I was just trying to, I met her, we got whatever, and we just, smucked, or I use their word, excuse my French. We just fuck. We were fuck partners or fuck buddies or friends with benefits. And you know what I tell them from that point on? Well, guess what, sir? You're now paying for those benefits. Every single time, you fucked her every single time that you go to get your paycheck and you notice there's a block of money missing out of your paycheck. That's her fucking you. You're getting fucked. I bet you feel like you getting fucked. You like, man, I worked all this time. I ain't. This is a bunch of money that I don't even see every single. Man, I feel fucked over this. Yeah, you do. You should, because you're getting fucked. That's the price you pay for not thinking with the big head and governing yourself in this world, because those actions have real world consequences. And it's obvious that somebody is not giving you the game to understand that when you make these decisions, there are consequences that come with it. And so, what I'm looking to do is not just tell you, okay, hey, sir, if you do XYZ, this is going to happen, and leave you with no alternative. I'm going to give you the alternative, and the alternative is using your big head, using the base runner system to be able to satisfy any sexual wants and needs that you may have or your partner may have. Understanding that if you use the base runner system, you can use the development of your sexual relationship with this partner as a milestone marker of the relationship that you're just building in general. Instead of just saying, oh, you know what, I met this person within a couple weeks or a couple days, we started off and we were friends, and then we became friends with benefits, and then I got lost. You got lost because now you don't have anything to govern yourself, because you done gave everything away. Like, if the women don't conduct themselves in a manner that shows you some type of morals, like, hey, if you can't keep your vagina to yourself, that shows me something about yourself. That shows me that if something was to happen to me and I can't satisfy that urge that you have, you may not be able to keep your panties on, and I may need to know that. That's me thinking with my big head. That's me seeing things with my big head. That's me understanding, yes, just because my little head is hard and just because there's something there to stick it in, I don't have to stick it in it. And then if I stick it in it and something comes out, there's a price that I may have to pay for that. And I may not be willing or ready to pay for that price. So I may not should do that. I don't have to do it. And by me not doing it, I'm not being weak. I'm not being weird. I'm being the man. And I'm actually giving this woman a chance and an opportunity to show me what she is made of. This is just a way of seeing how we can start to govern ourselves in life, in the world, seeing the difference in between big head, little head, how I start to develop relationships, how I start to do things in life and build my character, or find what it is that makes me unique, and learn how to share this in efforts to get to my goal the most efficient and effective way, instead of going hard. Because what I learned from the beginning is I have to do something. There is not, I can't do nothing. And I understand that sometimes I don't know what to do. Sometimes I just do things. So what do I need? I need this voice, or this set of knowledge and wisdom that I read that in the time of something is about to happen, in the midst of it, there's something that whispers in my head that says, hey, hold on. Maybe I shouldn't do that. And if that one maybe I shouldn't do that may just be enough for you to realize that maybe I shouldn't do this. Because okay, let's say I'm on my way to do something. I'm on my way to get some vagina, or I'm on my way to kick it with this girl. I'm kicking it with her, and it's getting hot and bothered. There may be this thought that pops into my head, man. God, man, in the book, man, it says maybe I shouldn't do this, but you do it, and you get away with it. The difference in whether or not you read the book, or you listen to the tapes, or you have this knowledge, is what happens kind of afterwards. Afterwards, you might feel some sort of way. Like, yeah, I got what I wanted, but maybe this wasn't right. And that's that seed that you're looking for. That seed that says, man, I'm growing because I'm starting to see things a little differently. And so maybe next time I won't put myself in that situation. Or if for some reason I choose to continue the behavior, even though the book tells me not to, the book tells me what's going to happen, and guess what? Things happen. Things in the book happen. That situation, I'm balling on the novice level. Man, that book, that man, forget that book. That book doesn't know what it's talking about. And then I get that phone call, and then the book tells me this phone call is a portal, and now I'm on the next level. And I play on this next level, and I start to see, things are different. Maybe you will have the understanding then to come to the book, to come to the video, because you'll start to see that the things that I'm talking about, they're real. You can't get away from them. You're a man. That's a woman. This is life. You're going to have to deal with it. So it's either you're going to come to the understanding and use it, or you're going to fight against it and you're going to go this other way, and then you're going to go through the hard way. Because it's all about whether or not you're going to choose to use the understanding that comes into your life, the knowledge and wisdom, to make better decisions, or you're going to keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and you're going to have a dissonance because you're not going to understand what's going on. You're going to blame other people, you're going to blame everything externally, and really everything, the problem is within yourself. The problem is within the decisions that you make. The problem is you see or operate in the physical world using your little head or your five senses, and you choose to govern yourself with people using your five senses, and that is the source of your problem. If you keep having situations with women and the same thing keeps happening, it's because you keep choosing the same woman. They just are in different bodies. You're not choosing to see that this is not the way, and that until I choose better, till I do better, nothing is going to change. So I can either recognize this now while I'm on the novice level or wherever I am in life and say, I'm going to take this and run with it, or I'm going to stay the same and continue to go through the problems until I recognize I got to change. And then when I change, I got to, you know, and when we say change, just think about enhance. Like, I give you an example to use your physical body, for example. We'll just use your physical body. When you were a little boy, you had a little Peter. When you became a man, you got a bigger Peter. Did your Peter change? No, it just got bigger. It changed. It grew in development and what it is that it can do. When you were a little boy, that joint was just a pea. Then it became a source of other things. And so that's how you grow. You don't, this change is an internal change, but it's an enhancement of the qualities that are within you. They through thinking with the big head, you start to understand. Okay, I'm a man. What is it to be a man? What is it for this woman to be a woman? Regardless of whether it's my mother, my sister, my girl, my friend, I understand that she's here to assist me in some way. I have to figure out what is my way. How do I figure out what is my way? I use my questions. I use my hows and whats when I meet people, because then I can understand what is different between them and I. What is it that people seem to come to me for? What is it do I seem to go to other people for? And then I develop this. I develop how I utilize this to get toward the goals in my life. I realize that I have a mother. I have, some people do, some people don't. For those that don't, I apologize. But if you don't have a mother, eventually you'll have a girl friend, or you have a sister, or you have some type of woman in your life that acts as a caregiver and support, or you'll have your girl, like I said, and she'll end up being your mother. Either way, you have to understand that this person, they're going to fight against you, but in the end, their job is to help you achieve your goal. How you treat this person in life will be a reflection on how life treats you, and how things in this world will govern themselves just in life. And you may, and what thinking with the big head will get you to understand is, just because you have some type of, just because you see people or you feel success or pleasure in the physical world, doesn't mean that you're going to have success and pleasure and feel good up here. Like in the morning, or later on that night, or 5 minutes later, from when you receive the physical pleasure in this physical world. How are you going to feel up here? How are you going to feel up here? How is life going to be afterwards? And that's what thinking with the big head will help you start to understand, that if you use this to govern yourself here, then this will feel good. And if this feels good, all of this will feel good. But if certain parts of my physical body, i.e., my penis or my mouth, because I eat something and something tastes good, doesn't necessarily mean this is going to be good. Doesn't necessarily mean the other parts of my body are going to be good, or I'm going to be good internally. And that's what we're going to start to work with, is using this to use this to make everything pleasurable. It's going to be hard. Like, okay, think about it. If Kobe Bryant or your favorite athlete is in the game and they're playing, they want to be the best. To be the best, you have to beat the best. For you to beat the best, you have to play against the best. To beat, just think about it. If they're the best and I'm playing against them, to play against the best, would it be easy? No. To to be the best or to get to the top, I got to do something that is hard. But if you think about it, it's what, if I'm Kobe Bryant, it's what I like to do. So I'm doing something that is hard, but I'm doing something that I like to do. And so I enjoy this challenge, even though it's hard. If I want to play Madden, okay, I get the Madden. All right, and so I bust out the Madden, and some people don't even start on the novice, but I'm gonna just start on the novice because I want to see how my team is. I want to see how, okay, my players work and my fingers work on the controller. Once I get the understanding of the game, I want the challenge. I want the challenge of beating it. I want to be the best. I want to set the records. It's the same thing. And so I have to learn the game. I have to develop a game plan. I have to develop a strategy. I have certain plays that I like to run in certain situations. That's how you're going to start to learn and live life. Like, life is going to be hard, but it's the good type of hard. It's not, man, this shit is fucking hard and I'm in fucking jail, man. I'm in jail. I'm in jail. Why am I in jail? Because of child support. Why am I in jail? Because I punched my girl in the face. Because I hit her with an uppercut. I, I'm in jail not because I did none of those things, because she said I did them and I got locked up. We don't deal with those things. Mm-mm. If you don't want to act right, ma'am, I'm going to show you. calm and collectively, how I'm just going to dismiss myself from you, separate myself from you. When you want to govern yourself accordingly, you'll choose to be around me. In the meantime, I'll drop hints and bombs, keep keep things cool on my part, because I'm learning to think with the big head. I play the game with this, not with this. I use this. I use this to maximize this. I use my hows and whats when I meet people to develop who I am. And so that's why we choose thinking with the big head. We choose thinking with the big head because we understand that there's a process that I have to go through in life. I have to move, and I'm either gonna decide to move. And I use a prime. I'm gonna use a prime example. Thinking with the big head is just it's thinking with the big head. So it's this force that's up here that's gonna come down here and pull you up. You have to go. You have to move in life. So you either have to move like this, but nature tells us through the laws of gravity that if there's not something that if you're not standing upon something, if you don't like there's a article stand strong. If you don't stand upon something, gravity says you'll fall. So really, if you don't, really when you're traveling life, you're really going, when you're going forward, you're really going like this. You're really going like this. And so what you can either decide to do is go like this because you're naturally going to go down, or you're going to use this thing with thinking with the big head and allow it and its power to pull you up. And you use your big head and you use all you because what thinking with the big head teaches you is you use your hows and your whats accordingly, and you meet people, and these people what you start to understand are they bestow information to you to help you govern yourself. It's like the kid in school who listens to the rule book and listens to the teacher and decides to get good grades and do things like in some type of orderly fashion and find success later on down the road, instead of the person that tries to do their own things and goes through all of this mess and they're like, man, I wish at some point in time I just would have listened to the people that came before me. I wish I would have listened to my teacher. Just think about the people that say that. I wish I would have listened to such and such. Or if you're thinking about yourself, sometimes you say, I wish I wish I knew better. I wish I would have did better. I wish I knew what to do so that I wouldn't be going through this. Well, thinking with the big head provides you with what it is to know better, and because of how you conduct yourself using thinking with the big head, the people around you will provide the motivation that you need to go that way, because everybody's always going to want to see you succeed because of the way you govern yourself with thinking with the big head, and because you know what it is to succeed, you know where it is that you want to go. Everybody around you is going to push you in that direction in their own unique form, fashion, or way. You're going to be able to understand what it is that they're saying and doing, be able to interpret things that you might feel maybe hard instruction or hard correction, but you understand that it's really just love in a unique way, in a unique correction, because you need that force, because if not, you would stray. And so you just use all of this correction to better yourself, reach the goal, and enjoy that shit. Tell other people how to get there. Bask in the ambiance of being the best and achieving your goal. And then playing on that all Madden level. Like that all Madden of all Madden levels, that top level of top levels, where you're looking at your children and you're sitting around and you're like, man, I'm making an imprint on the world. Like the universe is gonna know that I existed and that I was the mother smucking best. I mean, in the inside of insides, we all have that passion, and thinking with the big head allows us to figure out how and or what it is that I'm supposed to do, my purpose, and how am I gonna get there by teaching me how to discover it myself, teaching me how not to get distracted and caught up in the things that will distract me and stray me and pull me down to my lower self, or create road bumps that I gotta go over. And what thinking with the big head just teaches me is how to just go around them joints and experience it in a manner that I help others avoid it. And then like I play my position, and all I do, like, I'm gonna use the words of the of DJ Khaled, my man Kanye West. I'm gonna use their words. All we do is win. We're winning over here. That's what it's all about. If you want to win in life, you choose thinking with the big head. If you want to go through life and go through life and do it. And with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed thinking with the big head. I'm VA, the governor, international governor of the game. And with that, power up.